people is one of the most selfish things he's ever done. I went back and watched the video because I mentioned this to Ryan yesterday, and I thought, that's a really weird way of saying it, but it kind of, like, it's kind of true, right? That's like a wrong way to say it, but it's kind of true. Because when we serve others, we benefit. When we serve others, we benefit. Now, that may not be our motivation for serving others. Should not be our motivation for serving others. But the truth is, when serving, not just serving God, but serving other people, I benefit. Now let me see if I can make this make sense for you. I serve my wife and family by trying to be the best man I can be, the most godly, compassionate, loving man I can be. Because my family deserves that. I get it wrong all the time, but I'll use an example of something that happened actually yesterday. Nakoma had a camera card that had gotten corrupt somehow. I forget exactly what happened. And she lost like 50 pictures, 60 pictures, 80 pictures, whatever it was. She asked me if there's any way to recover these pictures that she had lost, accidentally deleted or something. I said, maybe. Let me see what I can do. Couple of week or two, maybe 3 ago, I spent hours and hours and hours trying to recover these pictures. And didn't quite work out the way I'd hoped. And I got, that sucks, and kind of moved on. Yesterday, everybody was still asleep. It's early in the morning. I'm piddling around on the computer that I had tried to recover her pictures on, and come across some files. Like, oh, wait a minute. So I finagled and scanned and tried to recover, and and about 45 minutes later, I managed to recover 10 pictures. So I saved them, recovered versions of the picture. I sent them to and said, here, I actually, I stumbled across these, and I actually managed to save 10 pictures. I'm sorry I couldn't save it all, but here's what I was able to save. And a little later on the day, I literally a message at one point from Nakoma. I was going to look it up and actually read it directly, but and there was a picture, and the message attached to the picture said, "This is the one I really, really wanted back. Thank you so much. I thought it was lost and gone forever. Thank you so much." And then she came out a little later, and I said, I'm sorry I didn't, recover all of them. She said, no, it doesn't matter. That one picture was like the one that I was really the most concerned about. That gave me a feeling, right? It hit me. Out of almost 100 pictures, I actually managed to save 10, and in that group of 10 was the one that was the most important to her. Now, she would have liked to have had all the pictures back, of course, but that one made her heart smile. And knowing that I made her heart smile by doing something so simple made my heart smile. I had occasion a few weeks ago with my grandson to we got him a little Lego toy. He picked it out. We were at some store, and we let each of the kids pick out a toy, and we got them all their little toy. And later that day, we were back here, and Oliver says, "Pappy, can you help me put this together?" It was this little Lego toy. It was like a motorcycle with a character on it. Yeah, buddy, I can do that. And I sat down, and I spent some time, just sat there. Maybe took us, let's say, half an hour. I don't think it did, but let's say half an hour. Sat there for about a half hour putting that together, and he was overjoyed. And for the next couple of days until they went home, he had drug that little toy around me. He wouldn't let it go. At one point, we were going outside to play, and he was like, "Can you put this up? Because I don't want anything to happen to it, and I'll get it later." So we put it up. We went outside. We played for a few hours. We come back in. Can I have my little toy back? It's a silly little toy. He's been home for a couple of weeks. He's probably forgotten that little toy. It probably got lost in the big chunk of all the little toys that he had. The one thing he won't ever forget, I hope, I pray that he'll never forget the few moments that we spent where he was the focus of what I was doing. These little moments that don't seem like much, saving a picture for my daughter, helping my grandson build and then play with a toy, helping Merlin with his, which one did he have? Oh, he had some little balloon thing, and we filled it, water balloon thing, we filled it up through water balloons for like half an hour. Sitting on my chair one morning, last weekend? No, 2 weekends ago, the other grandkids, Isabella and Leo, were here. And I was sitting on my recliner, and Leo come in and he crawled up on my